show with Elma. Tonight we're going to be doing a men panel. Some of the men on the panel are married and they're dealing with these married women. And some of them are not married. All right, Kathy. Some of them are not married. So, but we want you all to ask these questions that you've been wanting to ask and you've been afraid to ask. And I'm pretty sure these men will have an answer, I think, for you, okay? But anyway, I'm going to introduce our co-host tonight. This is Linda.
Hi.
Our other co-host on the end is Kimberley. And then we have two guest co-hosts, Marian and Penny. All right. And Penny has been on our show, so you can go back and watch her show on YouTube or Facebook, okay? And I'm going to, before we introduce the brave men, I'm going to do my favorite scripture, which I think they all done incorporated into their mind. It's Philippians 1:6. Whatever God has started in you, you will finish it until he calls you home. And I'm not ready, Lord, so hold off on my calling. I don't know if Linda and Kimberley ready or not. Linda say they not ready either. So, okay. Now, my motivational saying is this. If you really want to do something, you will do it. If not, you will make up an excuse. Did y'all get that one? Okay. So tonight, what we're trying to do is get into these men's mind. Okay. So wives that are on the show, which is including me, don't get upset with the answers that your husband is going to share. Okay. Because they're going to be answering some of these questions. Okay. Now, before I let them introduce themselves, the big question is, why are guys interested in some women over others? Okay, that's one of them. And the answer has to go beyond just looks. Okay, so what we really want to know is this. And I got on Facebook and I was looking at different things and asking different questions. Then I thought about maybe I need to ask Google. Google know everything. So I asked Google, what do men really want? And y'all tell me if this is true. There was 8 things that Google said, blame Google, said he wants to be deeply attracted to you. He wants to be able to share his passion with you. He wants a good listener. He wants someone who shares his goals and dreams. He wants a woman who has dreams and goals for herself. He wants a woman he's compatible with. He wants a woman who has great sex. He wants a woman with great vibes. And then they said, this is some of the things that turn men off. Now, this is what Google said. Not being honest, being on a cell phone all the time, not being real, not complimenting them, narrow-minded, helpless women, can't get nothing done, pretending to be clumsy, pretending to be dumb to get attention. Ooh, playing hard to get. That was just some of them, okay? So I'm going to introduce my one and only husband. After 38 years, I ain't going there no more. This is my husband, Apostle Glen Kirkwood, Glen Dana Kirkwood. I knew he was going to look at me on that one. And then I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Go ahead, Christopher.
My name is Minister Christopher Witten. I am one of ministers that attends this wonderful church. This is my apostle and my co-pastor, and I'm so grateful to be here.
My name is Keith Jeffries. I'm the husband of Kimberley Jeffries. And, she's been trying to get me here for a while, so I'm glad to be with you all.
All right. My name is Otto, aka Pastor Doggy Style.
I'm Carlos Johnson, one of the producers on the show. I'm pretty sure y'all heard my voice before. Now you can see my face.
All right. Now, Christopher didn't mention that he was married to Kathy. And you know you gonna get in trouble.
No, I would mention her if she was on the panel.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is that we've developed a confidence amongst ourselves that whoever or whatever we're doing, we don't compete with each other.
Okay.
So,
What that have to do with you saying that you married to Kathy?
no.
Okay.
But the thing is that
I'm just trying to mess with Christopher. That's okay. I'm just trying to mess with Christopher.
Ladies and gentlemen, my wife, Kathy. Already.
Okay, so now we've introduced our men panel. Again, like I said, if you all have a question, please put it at the bottom of the screen. Okay, ladies, I'm gonna turn it over to you all. What would be a question that you would ask these young men over here? I know y'all not gonna sit there and act like. Come on, what would be a question?
My question is the one from Google. Was there a robot?
What about the robot?
The question that he gave you. Like I think one of them was
You talking about from Google?
mm-hmm.
Google, I don't know what Google is. I just asked
Like a
Google.
robot. But I think most females wants to know, what does a male want or see in the woman that he married? What made you say, wow? You know, like they walk through the door and then all of a sudden you just see her. The room is full of everyone, but you just see her and you're like, I'm gonna marry her. So
Did she have some chicken with her when she come through the door? Looking good.
With some chicken.
With some
What part of the chicken?
Or something. It don't matter what.
Just
Whatever
long
she
as
bring
you-
me is good enough.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm married to Kimberley. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Oh. Wait a minute. It sounds like I'm wondering now, Keith. Now wait a minute, now
I
Keith.
ain't no problems.
Keith want to make sure everybody know he's married to Kimberley.
Today my birthday too.
Huh?
Happy
Today my
birthday.
birthday. There won't no problems.
Oh.
Oh, well, happy birthday! What a great birthday present. He come on the show with his wife, okay?
Yes, yes.
He ain't no problem tonight because he going
He
home
picked a
with
bad day to
Kimberley.
be on the show.
Okay, so Keith as long as she has some chicken.
Okay.
What else?
For me, when I first met Kathy, we had known each other for 12 years, but I had never been confident enough to approach a woman who was taller than I am. I'd always approached a woman or waited for a woman to approach me that was about right here. And so for Kathy, with hair, heels, and attitude, she's through the roof. But the thing is that the first thing that attracted me to her was her smile.
Okay.
And the second thing is that she received me for who I was.
That's good.
Yeah, she received me for who I was. She was able somehow to be able to cut straight through what I would say is a persona of safety. You know how you put on your shield and you put on your best foot forward, even though you may be damaged and bruised and hurting, and you may have baggage behind, you try to put on that healed persona when you walk into a room to be able to at least tell people, I'm this type of man. Even though even though deep down inside at least I was a broken boy, and she was the first one after a week of just talking with her that was able to see me for who I am.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Or did anybody else want to comment on that? Okay.
I comment on it. I think with myself now, I see things different than I did in the past because we all should change. You shouldn't be thinking the same way 10 years later. So you're gonna change some way. Naturally, you're gonna change naturally. Your mind's gonna change and your spirit's gonna change. But when I start out young, by nature, we're only attracted to the appearance in most cases. Right. It took me time to being in the church now I'm a pastor and all that, so naturally most of it is different with me now. But even when I started realizing we have a body, we have a soul, we have a spirit. Well, I had at times when I didn't think you had a mind, period. I knew you had a body. Wasn't thinking about the mind and the spirit and all of that.
Right.
So the attraction is in the natural.
Right.
Till it starts, how do you think? And what kind of spirit is in you? And so, and then by nature, most men, that's what they're attracted to. Now that's gonna be different with everybody because they attract you different ways.
So let me ask you this: what attracted you when you first saw this?
Okay, now wait a minute. I got to get to you. I'm not there. I'm not there yet. I'm not there. And I'm going home with you too. But anyway.
Now I want you to tell the truth. I don't want no.
No, I'm
lie.
gonna tell
I
the
want
truth.
to tell
You
the truth.
know I'm gonna tell the truth. But
Okay.
anyway, no, but really,
You might be sleeping on the sofa, but hey.
Okay, a lot of times when we're younger, we're attracted by other people, what they're talking about too, what they checking out in this person. Man, did you see this? Did you see them hips? And you see this? And on and on. So while they talking about it, and you start looking at it, okay, yeah, I did see that. And so the interest started building up like that. And so not only are you attracted in that way, but you attracted to complexion, size, and all that. Some people, they just, I just love them thick. And another one, no, I want them thin. You know, and you hear people talk about all of that. So in that, one of the things that attracted me when I was younger was dark. See what I'm saying? I'm gonna just be honest.
I ain't dark.
Dark skin. I'm going, okay, and I'm checking out dark skin with hips, you know, because I'm listening to others. And so as time go on, you're gonna be between a like and a love.
Okay.
That don't mean that you don't still like. There are other people that I like, but I love my wife.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a difference.
Yeah.
I might like the way this one looks, but I love her. Now that would be a part for her not to understand because she say, if you looking at her, it's a problem. No, it's not a problem. With me, it's not a problem because she don't realize I just like the way I like the way she wear her shoes. You know what I'm saying? I like the way she walks. You know, or the way she carries or anything. I just like that. That don't mean I love that. Now, what happened was when I first met my wife, all right, she's too bright. See what I'm saying?
Can't change that.
So you see what I'm saying? So now I'm right, and then but I like the aggression that she had. Because I didn't like, right back to part of Google, I like Google. Google's all right, but anyway, I didn't like a woman where couldn't just take care of herself. She wants you to do everything for her. You can't make up a mind. I want you to hold me for every little thing and, you know, on and on. But they don't realize there's a man that loves that.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a man that he don't want you to do nothing for yourself. He wants to do it all. And people don't realize that if you know he loves that, then you be that.
Yeah.
And you like being that, that's you. You don't change for it. He loves that, but I didn't. I'll be honest. So that's one of the things that attracted me because she could take care of business. I didn't have to tell her.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Then it started moving to other. I like the way she looked. I'm going, okay, well, she's nice. She's nice looking. She got a nice shape, but she's a different complexion. But I get where I can love that complexion too. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it moves from the natural to the mind, and then it went to the spirit too, when I realized she knew the Lord.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Before, I didn't care about that at one time. See what I'm saying? When you're younger,
Yeah.
as time goes on, you're not concerned about
Yeah.
you because you ain't planning on staying no way.
Yeah.
Be honest, some people. I wasn't planning to take you home to mama
Yeah.
when you're young. And some women, they got that the same thing in their mind too. I wasn't planning to meet your mama either. Right? So that's where the wow start coming in. So it started moving to another wow. Wow, she got a tough body. Wow, oh, she got bow legs too. Wow.
Baby.
But anyway, it started wowing to different things. And then and so in that, there's a natural part, and there's a natural part for male and female. Now the man he don't mind other people looking at his woman, but you can't have her.
Right.
Well,
See what I'm saying?
Well,
While she out there and I saw you look at her, yeah, I know, but she mine.
Right.
I'm going home with that.
Yeah.
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 So what y'all got to say?
Wait, I'll say this. And
Baby, you gotta hear up
we
and
would
let
even
them
go.
talk.
There was the other wild. We would go. We just met. Now we hadn't been together long
'Cause I
together.
wanna hear what Carlos
We would
got
go
to say.
out and even shopping in the grocery store. I go on another aisle so I can look at her.
Wow.
And I knew he was looking, so I would throw it too. But not only was he looking, the other men was looking too.
Man.
But I told him that's mine.
I didn't say nothing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say this because I ain't normally gonna come on the show because she gonna learn stuff. Remember, it's still my birthday.
It's still his birthday,
Kim's
Kimberley.
still my wife.
That's right, but you go ahead and talk.
You have some
No,
anonymity right
honestly, one of the things that I always loved about Kim is real similar to my grandmother.
Okay.
It's not a looks thing. It's a person thing.
Okay.
My grandmother, she was the era of positivity, which Kim is the era of positivity. She kind of balances me because I can go to the left real quick. Okay.
When you take him to the right, Kim?
and do what I got to do because I know how to get people off me when I need to.
Kim, you don't even look like that type of
junkyard
person.
dog. That's junkyard
And
dog.
I'm junkyard.
So looks are deceiving, huh?
Oh yeah.
All I'm saying is, as a black man,
Uh-huh.
these things we go through, you guys would never understand.
What
Okay?
things? Like what?
The
You know I'm gonna
police-
ask
the
that.
police. Every time they pass us, and we look around in the rearview mirror, just
That's
make sure
true.
they
I
don't
hear
turn
you.
around. I mean,
I hear
these
you.
things are real to us.
Yes.
Because they really do happen.
Yeah.
We don't go
Mhm.
around being disgruntled because of it. We just understand it. And we tell our kids, our
Right.
young men,
Right.
certain things that they need to know. It ain't
Yeah.
what had nothing to do with Black Lives Matter or anything. Bottom line is they do matter. And this
Yeah.
stuff is real.
Mhm.
It's not just talk. But I went to Arkansas with my nephew. We got stopped.
Oh, wow.
You know, and the first thing we did is we got in that mode. I went to Arkansas one time by myself, drive my Jaguar. And so they look at what we drive.
Yeah,
too.
they do.
And
Yes.
they
You're right.
make decisions based on that too.
Mm-hmm.
The man pulled me over and asked me, have I been in jail?
Wow.
Pardon me, sir. I mean, wasn't nothing about me saying I've been in jail. But they still judge us.
Yeah.
Okay? And when they get out of their vehicle, do you see them snap it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They snap it.
They understand.
Okay? They unsnap it like just in case. Then you want
Wow.
to look all in the car and do all this stuff. But what we have to do, we have to put our hands up there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, sir, can I reach it now? If you want, I have to take my hands off the steering wheel.
Yeah.
This is real to us. This is real. You get to moving too fast, you get shot like that brother up there in Minnesota.
Come on, say it.
You gotta
That's right.
know that this is real to us. So a lot of times, when we come to our spouse, we look for support because once we go out
Say
the
that.
doors,
That's right.
we don't know which hat we gotta have on.
Uh-huh.
Right when George Floyd got killed, I got stopped by a policeman in Grand Prairie. He said I was going 60 miles an hour in a 40-mile zone.
Mm.
That wasn't true. But did I argue with him?
Mm-mm.
No, I went in the mode. They ain't gonna get solved out here. But those are things we go through. So I know we're talking about relationships and
That's
stuff.
fine. That's
Again-
good though.
Again, Kim, all this stuff, if we're in jail and we go through all these things, we trying to get out, we're trying to better ourselves, and then they won't let us better ourselves. It's
Mhm.
gonna make it hard for us to be a good man to you.
That's true.
Okay, because sometimes we do make mistakes.
Mhm.
Sometimes people do go in.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had to go that route, but some people do. That don't mean they're a bad person, but you have to be cautious, look at the situation, and think. My wife has always been positive in my life. From the first day I met her to today, I've never seen something angry come out. The only thing is she get angry about them boys.
Oh, what? Come on.
Them boys bring out a whole person.
Oh, her boy. Okay.
And when they were young, and they used to get their little, what we call beatings. Then I would kind of like go downstairs.
She be tearing them up, huh?
She be tearing them up. And then she started looking my way. I said, no.
I'm not in
I
this.
draw the line. Certain places you gotta draw the line. As a man, you gotta draw the line. Because the boys watch. But Kim has been one of the most positive people to me.
That's awesome.
And I thank God that I met her. Yeah, and it wasn't in a club or anything. We met the way I would like to meet, among family. And I thank her all the time for being the person she is. And we going through some tough times because our boys are gone. And we learn to talk to each other a little bit better. I used to call one of my boys, hey, man, tell your mama this.
Now you gotta tell her.
Now you gotta tell her.
Now I gotta tell her. And then I'm sitting on the couch just glad I've been working hard, sitting over there doing what I do, watching, getting ready to get television on. Then she comes sit down. I try to act like I don't see her for a second. Because I know it's something she gotta say. And I'm thinking, where are you now, Sebring? And it's always a thought question. One of them yes or no's, you can separate yes or no. But one of them thought questions
are.
Well, what are we gonna do by such a?
Huh?
Well, I've worked 12 hours a day.
Can you handle that one?
Can you handle it? But it's challenges. We as men, if we be honest, perfect. No relationship is perfert.
That's
Okay?
right. You're right.
One of the reasons why I know I love this woman because she make me so mad. Because I didn't love her, I leave. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it. It ain't all rosy. Why do I stay?
And that's a good
Because
question.
I love her.
Okay.
Why do I stay? How easy it is to pack the bags and go.
Uh-huh.
It can be.
Amen.
But it takes a stronger person to kind of like weather that tide, okay, and come out on the other side. And that's kind of what me and Kim has done. She completes me in a lot of ways. Wow. She frustrates me in a lot of ways. But overall, I love that woman, and I love the fact that in time, no matter what it is, we always back together.
Amen. Look at that. That's some hot sauce there, boy. That's some hot sauce.
And that's not only hot sauce, but that is the truth. And I hope everybody got a truth like that.
That's right. And you men that are looking for a woman, think about what he said. All right? Okay, so let me ask you all this question here. What is it that you look for in a woman? Because I think you asked that question, Kim. Why it take you so long to get married? Why it take them so long to get married? What is it that you want in a woman that would make you want to marry her?
Truthfully, just like Apostle, when I was younger, I had what turned me out, and what made me switch from dating white women to African Americans was truthfully watching Solid Gold. You remember the one African American dancer? Right. There was something completely different about her that just captivated me. Because all the other dancers looked alike. And just like you, I had that preconceived notion that she needs to be this size, hair down to the floor, being able to do all of this. But as time went on, I lost my understanding of really what I wanted, because the fact that I allowed my what I thought were needs to get in the way. And when I met Mrs. Witten, it was a complete overhaul in my mind, because the fact that I found out specifically what I needed. I needed a woman that could encourage me, which she does daily. I needed a woman that is smart, that I can be able to talk to, not just on, my likes and dislikes, but as a family, philosophy, religion, politics, money, finances. I need somebody that I can communicate and be on that level.
Right.
In the beginning, sex was really important to me.
Mm-hmm.
But as I progressed and started to lead with my heart instead of my body, I started realizing that faithfulness, love, commitment, understanding, those are the primary things that keeps me. And just like you, we have heated fellowship.
Heated fellowship.
They
get hot in there.
And those thoughts race across your mind like, I bet you I would be better by myself.
Wow.
But the thing is, the thing that keeps me is that I look at and I start to unpack the amount of time that we have invested in this. This is the longest relationship that I have ever been in, save my family or my mama herself. We've been married nearly 20 years.
Wow, that's good. Yeah.
And what keeps us together is the fact that, there are people that say marriage is 50-50. No, it's not. It's 100-100.
Amen.
And what I love about that woman right there is that as much as I pour into her when she needs it, she pours into me when I need it.
Right.
And we pour into each other. And then pretty soon we start feeling that overflow, that agape love, that koinonia type of relationship to where we can start to speak to other men and other women and say, yes, we're not perfect. Yes, we've had heated fellowship. Yes, we've walked away from each other for a moment. We even separated for a year and a half, but it was the Lord that brought us back together.
All right.
And finally, the Lord asked me and made a determination, if you invest in this, like I want you to invest in me, there will be a better outcome than you could ever imagine.
Right. Okay, y'all have any questions? Because I'm going to ask them if y'all, what you have, Kathy? Come on, Kathy. Over here, or just come on. But see, what we want is we need you all to just ask some questions that you've been wondering. Even like Carlos. Carlos, what are you looking for in a woman while Kathy is coming? Come on, Carlos. What are you looking for in a woman?
Red hair? No, I was just playing.
Red hair.
Red hair. I better get a red wig for it.
I think women don't understand, like, the same things that they want, we want too. A woman wants safety, a man wants safety too, and we want to be able to come home and feel safe and secure and be able to, if we have her, let our hair down, you know what I'm saying? And
Hey, now.
Chris can't do that.
We can't do that.
No, y'all can't do that.
you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. What I'm looking for a woman is first a godly woman, a woman that loves God. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got to really be about being a Christian, you know what I'm saying? About this life, because that's what I'm about. I'm really about serving God. So that's first. You got to be really about serving God. Somebody that's fun. So I consider myself a certified lover boy. So I love love. You know what I'm saying? So
y'all heard he's single too, y'all. He's single. He give good hugs too. They tell me.
Go ahead and give the hashtags.
So she has to be, you know what I'm saying, be like that too. But that's pretty much what I'm looking for. I mean, it's nothing real difficult. Like, a lot of stuff, that I know what I want when I see it. You know what I'm saying? It's not something I can really explain or and give an example of. Like, when I see it, I know what I want, because it's already in my in my spirit to.
Yeah. What the difference between the difference between our relationship and every other relationship that I had was that concerning her, she was the first one that the Holy Spirit started talking to me about. The Holy Spirit started telling me, don't do what you normally do. This isn't a hit it and quit it situation. This, treat her right. treat her with love and kindness and respect. And that tripped me out. And then, because of the fact that I was so used to women approaching me, indicating to me that I didn't have to invest anything. Because the fact that I looked at this, if a woman approached me and said, here's my number, here, you can take me out this way, you can take me out this. A woman, in my understanding of what God's desire in a relationship should be, is that the man should be in pursuit of the woman. Meaning the fact that from day one, and this is how our relationship progressed. I didn't even know where she lived, and we were dating for 6 months. I didn't even know where she lived for that entire 6 months.
Wow.
She didn't involve her son. She didn't involve what she did. It was a complete mystery. But for that first 6 months, I just got to be able to understand who she is, what makes her tick, the nuances behind her. And we also got to start to unpack a little things to where I can understand, okay, we both got baggage. We're not perfect.
That's
And
right.
that was amazing to me. And that's what keeps me coming back because of it.
Okay,
So
Candy.
I want to say one thing first. This young brother said he'll know it when he see it. What I say to him, advice for him is this: treat him like an onion. You gotta peel them back to find out what you really have. 'Cause that woman, she may look pretty, be the prettiest.
Tell the truth.
But you said different layers.
in the world. I started taking that layer off. Wasn't no brain.
Yeah.
When you start taking layers off, because sometimes you got to get to the core to find out what you have.
Find out what's there.
But don't just look at it and say, I'll know when I see it. Because no, brother, you're going to make a lot of mistakes.
No, I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, but I'm not just talking about as far as
I like
a physical look.
All I'm saying is this.
Peel the onion.
Peel the onion.
Take the time.
Take the time.
Take the time.
Take the time. Because if she worth it, she worth the wait. Right?
Yeah.
If she worth peeling.
Let's get you a knife.
Wait a minute, Kathy has a question. Come on, Kathy.
So I have like 2 questions for the men. So one thing I see now is a lot of women aggressively pursue men. Like you see women proposing to men. You see, and some men are cool with that. Like they don't mind being in pursuit. As a woman, I don't want to be the pursuer. That's just not me. That was not my MO ever at any point. And so how do men feel when they are aggressively pursued? And then the other thing is, and he just kind of touched on this, I see a lot of men that start dating a woman because of how she looks. She's got that boom boom pow, her waist is snatched. She's got thick thighs, save lives, all kinds of stuff going on, right? So, but then the man finds out because, especially in church, and that's why I don't think it's realistic, because people will say, I just want somebody that love the Lord. I need them to be spirit-filled and love God. I said, but
What about the
if they can't cook, if they can't clean, see, because have you ever spent time with somebody and you wait and inevitably you like, you know what? You're dropping them off. I gotta go to the bathroom. May I use your bathroom?
God.
And then you walk in, because some men get that shock when they walk into a woman's home, because all young women aren't raised the same way. So my question to you is, just be real with it. But if you can get beauty without a lot of commitment, would you do it? Or if you get somebody that's beautiful, loves the Lord, but she can't cook, she can't clean, she's not focused, what do? Would you exchange one thing for
Answer
another?
that, Doggy. You ain't saying, wait a minute, I want to hear what Doggy ain't saying nothing. I want to hear what you would say.
I'm just intently listening.
Come on now.
You can't listen no more, bro.
So when a woman pursue you like she asked, how did that make you feel?
Different men are different. And some men like that pursuit.
That's right.
We live in a different generation
That's right.
now, this internet generation and dating. to where some men, some women are the aggressor, and some men like that.
That's right.
I don't think it's a good idea because you got a higher percentage of men who take advantage of that. Once they know that they're being pursued, then they'll treat you any kind of way
Okay.
because they see that as a weakness, and that predator instinct comes out, and the next thing you know, that's why so many women end up hurt, get their feelings hurt, and they become damaged because of that.
Yeah.
And then they get the attitude that nobody's any good, no man is any good.
Right.
So that's a big topic there. Who pursues who? And it all depends on the man. Men should pursue the woman. But like I say, when a woman, what do they call them? Thirsty?
Yes.
That ain't no thought.
When a woman starts looking thirsty or desperate. I call it desperate. Sometimes women get to a certain age to where they think their biological clock is ticking and they reach a certain age.
Yeah.
And then they get desperate. So they'll date anybody, midgets.
Those are little people.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, baby, you looking for a husband and you trying to start a circus.
Okay, so
like you said, some people play on that, and
They do.
Yeah, they're playing on it. But even between the two questions and the last one, why did I wait so long? I had like 10 boys in my family, 4 sisters, in a big family. My father was married 3 times. And so in that, my father had divorced twice even before he got for my mother. All of my brothers had already been through a marriage and out. I was the last one to marry out of all of them. So I'm waiting back. In my mind this is gonna fail anyway. Right, because see, it depends on what you're in,
Yeah.
And then I'm hearing the stories of what everybody went through.
Okay.
And I'm hearing my father's story. And I remember even asking my father, well, how do I know when I really picked the right one? He said, just close your eyes and reach and grab one. and so that kind of stayed in my mind. I'm going, oh, wow, And so it's almost like, okay, your chances of failing are really big. But as time going on, I said, well, hey, I'm going to get in this. But by the time I was digging with my wife, I was ready to marry. That's the difference.
Right.
Okay.
I wasn't ready to marry
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
So I didn't care. I wasn't really worried about that because I didn't care if it lasted or not. I'm not ready to marry anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, but when the time came that I'm ready, by this time I'm out of spiritual. I'm more in the mind, my mind and the spirit for myself and whoever it is I'm meeting.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So that's how God was preparing her for me. Had I met her prior to that time, I probably wouldn't have been with her. Because we would have went at it. But by that time, she couldn't make me mad.
Oh,
See it? And see, she kept wondering about that. Everything she just, and then it kind of meant, what does it take to make you upset? And so I just sit there and look at her. No matter where she went, she wanted to go.
that made me mad.
And she just go off behind it. And she finally admitted, I'm trying to make you mad. I go, but why?
Yeah.
In my mind I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. It took time for me to be ready, but now I'm ready. Now the pursuing part, like you say, some people like the aggression. It don't mean someone will take advantage of it and others, they just love for a person to do that. Now I've even had a young lady come to me and she went after me. And then she turned around and told me, oh, by the way, I want to let you know I already have a boyfriend. And he's going to be a doctor. But you can do anything you want to with me, but you can't be my boyfriend. I said, what? So what you saying? What am I going to be then?
Yeah.
You're going to be the boyfriend. You do whatever she wants you to do.
Yeah.
No, what are you telling me what I'm going to be?
The side piece.
And then by that time, I'm going, okay, I ought to go back and tell your boyfriend what he had.
No, but she said.
Let me tell you what's going to happen to you.
It's his happy.
Yeah, I need to tell him, whoever he is, what's going to happen to him later on.
Yeah.
Y'all playing pool.
because she done made up her mind in the wrong way. See what I'm saying? So her spirit is wrong.
Yeah.
So
Then all of these are wrong. Everything is so. But I already knew that here's another thing that happened with me. I already knew I was coming into the ministry. So I'm searching for a woman that can handle ministry.
Yeah.
right.
And
I
I
can do
picked
that.
up certain things and certain ones. I like this about you, I like that, but you ain't gonna be able to handle this. Where we going, you ain't gonna be able to deal with it.
Yeah.
So that question's deep.
Yeah.
Cause
That
for
is a
me,
deep one.
thing he just said about being ready. You got to be ready.
You gotta
Yeah.
be
If
ready.
you're not ready,
Yeah.
then it
Thank you.
don't matter.
It don't make no
So,
difference.
so this is
Yeah.
the thing. I'm ready for my wife to start cooking now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because she ain't cooked from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And so I accepted her.
Right.
I accepted her the way she is. I loved her. I never said cooking wasn't even what I was thinking about back then.
Look at him looking.
I wasn't thinking about no cooking. You know what I'm
Anything.
saying? She don't have to cook nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Bring that chicken.
Hey, but one thing she was, one thing, and this is what most men, this is what gets most of us,
Come on, say it,
is
Keith.
having a clean woman. Because I knew a woman that was so pretty, man. I went to her apartment, I started stepping over all stuff. And I'm like, Lord, if I ever get out of here.
It's right.
Saw a roach run up. I saw a roach run up the side. I'm serious. I'm just saying.
You ran out the door.
You gotta know what qualities we talking about. Because when you say that she don't cook, it didn't matter to me. Because we all different. Maybe
That's
he
right.
got a good cook. Now it may matter more to him than it would to me in that situation. But what she gave me will suffice. Now, again, that's why I say I'm ready. I'm ready for the cook. Now, but if she
Wait a minute. Is this a men's panel or is this coming out the closet day?
I'm not a closet girl. That's why I told her don't bring me up here. Don't bring me up here. All I'm saying
Make your request known.
at some point we can change. That's why I had the Kentucky Fried Chicken. When y'all was talking about coming in the house, I thought of chicken. Okay, I just thought of something. But but my wife, she never bring me or cook me anything. Man, I still love her for being her because I didn't marry her because of her cooking. It just be nice to have a meal every day.
But looks like things are getting ready to change.
Amen.
But
I'll call that
She ain't
flipping.
said nothing.
Hey, just let y'all know, we did go look at some nice pots yesterday.
But let me ask y'all this question.
I like to eat, man.
I got a gentleman that's they argue all the time. This person, I mean, you can't can you call a person their woman if they married?
No.
Okay.
What you say?
So, but here's a person they're dating, and the woman or the man, it could be married, but they argue all the time and they claiming that this and this. How can that work? I mean, what is going on there?
Confusion.
Is it confusion?
Definitely.
So
Like we
what
got.
you're saying is
I
that,
think in a relationship.
In a relationship,
but they're not married.
but they're not. Now, one of them is married,
Okay,
but the other one is not married.
So we're talking about an affair.
Right.
Okay.
So, but the person is saying that this person is weak because they don't do everything that they say do, but you can't really make them do anything. I mean,
Well, that's called.
yeah, isn't that something?
But
Yeah.
it seems to me in that, and I could be wrong, but it seems to me in that particular situation, it sounds like somebody is beyond hurt and looking for solace somewhere else.
No, that don't mean that they beyond hurt. That means they want their cake and eat it too. And they just haven't gotten caught. Or else they gotten caught and they still continue to do the same thing over and over.
You talking about the person is married.
I'm talking about the person that's married.
But he's saying that they gonna get a divorce.
Oh, that's a lie. The truth's not in them.
They always say that. They're not gonna get no divorce.
No divorce.
Well, you said that's not gonna work.
We saying he want his cake to eat too. But
He want his cake. and
what
he
is
want
she
it
doing?
too,
Yeah.
until-
Yeah, what is she
She
doing?
or he, because it could be either way.
Well,
Yeah.
She's
benefit.
getting benefits, but she's not getting the right benefits.
Yeah.
Right. She's not
So
gonna
it's
get
always
Social
gonna be
That's right.
confusion.
She's not gonna get the
Yeah.
house. She's not gonna get any of that.
No,
She's
no
not gonna
last
get
name.
in his
Yeah.
savings account or his last name.
I mean,
That's
right.
right.
He's been honest, or she's been honest of the fact that they married. She know they married. She gotta know it's wrong.
Yeah, because that's not
She
gonna
knows
work.
it's
So
wrong.
so at what point? I mean, she's accepted. What is his incentive
You not
to get out of? Because this is the deal. If she did it with me, she'll do it to me.
Yes, that's what I was just gonna say.
You understand?
Right there.
Yeah,
So they
that's
want to
true.
get down to it.
Yeah.
Is it the wife married or the husband married?
It's failed
It's
from the
either
very
or.
beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down
Either
like
or.
this. The woman is married,
Okay.
okay, and she's telling the guy that she's gonna get a divorce.
So the man.
The man
wants-
is going with the woman that's married, but and she's saying, you know, just like the man will say, "I'm getting a divorce," and we hang on to that. But this man is going crazy over this woman, like the woman is single, but she's not single.
Your
So what would
wife-
you tell a man that's going through this? This is what I'm
What I
saying.
tell him is, your wife is cheating on us. You understand? Your wife is cheating on us because she gonna cheat on with somebody else. If she leave him and come to him, how could you ever trust
There you
that it
go.
won't happen again?
There's a word for that. It's called entrapment. Isn't that the new thing they call it? Entanglement.
Entanglement.
That's it. Entanglement. That's an entanglement.
And he's
The woman,
spies.
if the woman is married
The woman is married.
and she got a lover, Jada Pickett said it's called
That's it.
entanglement.
Entanglement. That's
What
it.
is entanglement though? I mean,
That's
And
another
we'll
word.
see.
you know, you tangle up
We'll
something.
see.
Yeah.
Another word for cheat.
And I can't
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this
Women
man
don't
walks
cheat, they
up
get
to you all
entanglement.
That's
and
it.
say,
Yeah.
how can I handle this, man? I'm in love with this woman. She keep telling me I'm getting a divorce. I'm spying on her. I'm watching her move. And if I catch up with another man, I'm gonna kill her. What would you tell her?
What I would say, first thing I asked her, what's her name? Oh, Susie. Susie right down the street last week with
And then what you gonna tell her? You found
I'm gonna be very honest with you, dog. And my wife ain't heard this. But I was with a woman in a similar situation like that. She wasn't married, but she was dating another man, but she was saying the same things she was saying to me about everything.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm out playing basketball. Didn't realize I was playing ball with her boyfriend. She mentioned her name.
Oh,
And all I could think about was, damn, that poor guy. She gonna be over the house in a couple hours. But my point still remain is you can't do all this cheating and all this stuff and sin and think it's gonna become holiness.
Yeah. No, that's not gonna happen.
It's destined to fail.
Yeah.
And if you want a few, I guess it could happen. You want a few that you can trust the person that you done cheated with like that all them months, deceived, left the house at 3:00, came for 30 minutes and went on back where you came from because you said you was going to the store. If you can do all that and pick the guy you getting with, well, and you gotta do what you gotta do. From a man's perspective, that's all we need.
Speak for yourself, Keith.
All I'm saying is this. 30 minutes will do when she going back home to you. You understand? So that's where I am on that.
so okay, go.
Dog is out.
What would you tell
I think
her?
I think of it differently. Like I understand, like that is true. Like, you know, how can y'all trust one another? You know, you're not gonna have trust if you know what I'm saying, if you do it with me, then you're gonna do if you do it now, then when we get together, you're gonna do it again. But at the same time, I think of like us as people, we carry things along, right? We carry things from relationship to relationship, right? And sometimes we need time to fix things for ourselves. Like, how can you start something new and you're still holding on to something old? Like, I can't put no more water in here if it's full. I gotta empty this out to pour more water in, right? So I'm saying, so you already married. You have to end that. You know what I'm saying? You have to end that. Then get rid of all the baggage that you had in that relationship before you can start with something new. You know what I'm saying? So if you end that, then we start again. We start right after you end that. We start.
Mm-hmm.
All those things that you were dealing with, I'm dealing with now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Why are
now,
you dealing with though? If you don't know anything about what was going on, why would you say you dealing with them? Is she telling you about what happened?
no,
You know, like
even if you don't tell me, it's the things on how you react to certain things. So you say, so I do something that your husband did. I didn't even know that you didn't like it, but I did it anyway, and you fussing at me about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, or I do something that your husband did, or something that somebody else did to you, and you react a certain way because you didn't deal with that. You have to deal with these things before you can move forward. Like, how can you get mad at me and I didn't know that you didn't like that?
Right. I see.
Yeah, I see what you're saying too.
I see.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know you didn't like that. That was him. That was y'all
Don't
issue.
bring that in on you.
Don't bring
Yeah.
that to me.
Yeah.
Is this on the cheating relationship? Is this you cheating with the woman that's married?
No, I'm just
Is this
saying.
another relationship?
I'm just saying. I'm saying like if she was to get a divorce and we was to start our
All over
relationship,
again.
But y'all
From
were
that.
already together
But
while
let-
she was
let-
married.
Let me
So
tell
that's
you.
what he was saying. This woman is still married to this
Man.
man.
yeah,
Okay,
So-
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
But
But
What's happening is something else is happening. What happened is, just like men
Mhm.
want a side piece, this woman just wants a side
There
piece
you go.
also.
Exactly.
And it's just something she loves her husband, but she's not in love with her husband.
Mhm.
In other words, her husband, he's a good provider.
Okay.
He might be a good father. He might be a role model in the community, but his doggy style game is weak.
Oops,
So
doggy
she wants this
style.
man out here. Larry got a strong doggy style game,
That's Carlos.
but Larry ain't got no job. Larry's
Come on,
not
I just
dependable.
said that Sunday.
Larry he's a fun guy to be with. He's not serious about anything. Larry don't have a 401k
But he got serious about her.
because Larry, sometimes emotionally, men are supposed to be more solid when it comes to the side piece game. He fell in love.
Yeah,
It's sort of like
this
a
man is in
man that
love.
goes to the strip club and falls in love with the stripper. Talking about she's nice.
That's a song out there too.
You say what?
I'm in love with a stripper.
She's
come
a stripper,
on.
man. And he goes to the club hoping that one day, he can convert her. If I'm nice enough to her, Roxanne, you don't have to turn on the red light. Roxanne wants to turn on the red light.
Yeah.
Said that pole is light.
So I got a question for you all.
So he's addicted to that relationship,
Can I ask
and
my
as a
question
result,
for
he's
the
getting
husbands?
angry because it's not going his way, and he's going to continue to be angry. And there's a fight and struggle there because she's not going to leave her husband, but he's trying to figure out how to get her to leave. She can't leave because that's her security,
I have
and
one-
he's a play toy. But he can't accept that he's a play toy because he think he's more than that when he's not. At least not in her eyes, he's not, and he'll never be.
I got one comment before she asks her next question.
Okay.
Is it possible? Because he mentioned something about they got to get rid of all their baggage. I think everybody got baggage.
Yeah,
I don't think you'll ever
Yeah.
be able to get rid of all your baggage before you do something else. Whether you got kids, it's baggage. Okay, whatever you want to call it, we all gonna have baggage. The point is, can I live with your baggage? Can we have a
That's it.
relationship
That's true.
with
That's
your
it,
baggage?
kids. That's it.
That's the right
That's
question.
what you
That's
gotta
it.
you gotta look into. Because other than that, you be searching forever for that person to get rid of their baggage.
Wait a minute. Let Kathy answer a question.
So my question is, and I need the men to answer honestly, and I need the women to answer too, because one of the things that I tell my son, and I tell young women that are dating, I said, you have to be careful because a man will use you for pain medicine. Like in between relationships. Like Carlos was saying, I didn't resolve the issues back here, but I need some comfort before I find my next thing.
Yeah.
So sometimes I tell women, you don't know, you hide your coat on. He's taking you a couple of times at night, maybe a couple of times during the week, your pain medicine until he gets past his pain and then ready to establish relationship again. And so my question to the men is, have you ever used a woman as pain medicine? And my question for the women, have you ever used a man as pain medicine? Because sometimes as women, we'll build relationships with somebody knowing that we really aren't that interested in that person, but we want companionship.
Or take it one step further, maybe it's not an intimacy thing. Maybe it's the fact that you have a work wife or a work husband. Meaning the fact that the relationship at home is so askew that Tommy in the mailroom, when he comes by, hey, Miss Jenkins, he'll stop by and he's just nice. Yeah. Oh, I heard, I saw that you had accidentally burnt your lunch in the microwave. Here, take mine. And she misinterprets that as, or she interprets that as he's filling a need. So now
I gotta help him.
Yeah. Now I either have to help him, or or there were morals, that prevented it from going further. But it was something that was filling a need at that particular point in time. There were a lot of times when I was younger that I was so broken and hurting and damaged that anybody, any woman that said, "Hey, how are you?" I instantly latched onto that to be able to try to fill that broken void in my heart that only God could really do. And so that left a train wreck behind me. But as far as baggage is concerned, what you talked about earlier, the way that I knew that she was the one, we went out to dinner, and all that week the Holy Ghost was talking to me. You need to tell her your past. And I had never told anybody, never. And she couldn't even finish her dinner. There were tears flowing from both ends. And I told her about the affairs. I told her about the molestation. I told her about me being homosexual at one point, bisexual at one point. I told her about the times that I was at risk for contracting AIDS and syphilis and going down that road and what I had done. And I said, Lord, this is the deciding factor.
Right.
If she can accept me for who I am now and who I was in the past, and the reason the Holy Spirit had me do it that way was because of the fact that it covered me. And it covered our relationship, because there were people out there that knew me back then. So the Lord used that as a shield and a buckler, so that if any of those ex-jokers decided to come back and said, oh, I bet you don't know. Yeah, he told me. Well, how does that make you feel? It don't matter one little bit, because we prayed about it. It's under the blood. It don't matter one little bit. That's not his heart now. His heart is for me. So clap back.
There you go.
She said hydrocodone. I think, well, I know I used to do that. Yeah, I used to. But once you know about hydrocodone, I don't know if people ever had hydrocodone. It's a pain pill. And what it does is it really doesn't remove the pain.
Yeah,
the pain is still there.
Yeah.
So you have to pray first of all, because my sister know I had a hydrocodone moment for at least 6 months. Yeah, and I got caught up, instead of me doing, call it what it was. It was some booty calls, but it was different nights.
They were good booty calls.
They was excellent.
But it
booty
made
calls.
you feel better at
They
the
made
time.
her feel good.
It made my hydrocodone pain, but then you have to have that reality comes in.
Pain
and
come
then
back.
God comes in, he kind of whooped your butt about it, because I was in my ministry. But the thing is that I learned that although the hydrocodone was there, I had to go back to what I knew the most, and that was my trusting in God.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, hydrocodone, it don't relieve the pain, it just numb it.
Well, back to on the man's side, it wouldn't be worried about that in the natural.
Yeah.
The only time you're gonna do it when you get out of the natural part of you. And then it started affecting you. Now from a standpoint, now as a pastor, now when I look at it, it's totally different now because things that my father said, because he was a preacher too and a pastor. He went through his, up there, he kind of would share these stuff with me. But what about when you didn't have nobody to tell you nothing? You had to experience everything. That father wasn't there. Or somebody that went through bad relationship with mama, and so you're trying to, fix all of that too. Here you are trying to get in a relationship with a wife when you didn't have a good relationship with mama. And all kind of stuff like that. That's why the Bible talks about us being yoked up the right way, being unequally yoked. And one thing that really caught my father had told me, he said, boyfriend and girlfriend is not in the Bible. That's where it throws it all out the mouth. You have no rights in it. That's where we already done claimed everything. You ain't even married.
Common law marriage.
That's not in the Bible. You think about it. It's not in the Bible. That's in our culture and in our society. And while we're in that, we done put everything in it.
Yeah.
We done put everything in there. And it ain't even in the Bible. It said husbands and wives. Right?
That's true.
And when he told me that, I went,
Yeah.
I didn't have no rights to her, no.
Yeah.
She didn't have no rights to you anyway. And then we went into a whole lot of things you should have been in anyway. And it just goes on and on and on. And so God said, if none of that had rights, then I wasn't in it anyway.
Yeah. So is it
and
good to date?
Go back to the Lord. He fixes all of that. I don't care what you had, what you went through, how much baggage, or it don't mean nothing with him. He can fix anything.
Right. Yes, he can.
So is it good to date though?
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
There's nothing
So do
wrong
y'all
with
think it's good to date? What are you looking for if you dating? I mean, what?
I want to know if you're crazy.
You want?
But that's preparation. That's preparation because it's already in the Bible.
Yeah, dating is preparation.
It's already in the Bible. See, it's no different than when Jesus he was actually like dating the church. That's what he was doing. But we're not married. So we are going to get married, but I'm going to leave somebody here to take care of you, to make sure you're the kind of woman I won't come back for you. Because I'm going to prepare a place for you.
Yes.
When I come again, I'm going to receive you unto myself. And while I'm gone, I'm going to leave these preachers. To make sure that you're without a spot or wrinkle when I come back.
Whoa.
The only problem is when we got out of hand and the preacher he done done everything just right for you.
That's another subject, ain't it? They doing everything.
I'm coming back from my church. I'm coming back to see what she been doing while I was gone.
And they doing everything.
So I gotta come back and everybody doing something.
Yeah, he already.
But no matter what, he said, I can still fix it.
Yeah.
This is the thing we fail to realize. He said, I can fix this.
Yeah.
And so even when we started out, we met each other. And there was time when I wanted to just drive by the house and keep going. I was coming in from work. And I thought about it, I said, where do I want to go? I don't even know where I want to go. There's no place to go. Then I started thinking, well, who do I like more than my wife? There's nobody I like more than my wife. Because I love her. I'm past the like. Like you said, I love her.
That's right. That's right.
So where am I going to go? But I can deal with this. Through you, Lord. In myself, you know how I am. I'm telling God this. Then my wife turned around and tell me, she went off on me. Don't you realize I make more money than you? You can't tell me nothing. And I'm just sitting there looking at her.
What you say, Keith?
That's when he give up his player card. See, when he ain't got no place to go but home, your player card is gone. I'm gonna give just like I went over one of my employees. He went to a strip club, and I had to go see what the work he did. I went out there place. I stayed out there 30 minutes. Cause in my mind, I just couldn't go in. So I ended up, and I said, "Darn, I lost my card." I lost my card, man. Cause
they don't know what you do. They think you just went to the strip club to
well,
watch
anyway,
the hoes.
you know,
back it
I
up, back
went
it
to go
up.
see
You
what
gotta
my
explain
employees
that.
were doing. Okay, I don't need everybody to know where I work.
But I mean, they don't know why you were there.
But this is the deal.
Yeah.
I was doing. I have to do quality of work on my technicians. Okay.
Yeah.
So I went over there to do it on this guy. I kind of put it off a couple of days. I figure I can go on a Saturday because when nobody be there early in the morning. I went there around 10 o'clock. Well, I saw cars there. I saw people going in at 10 in the morning. So I'm like, well, all I got to do is just, then I got doing like that. And I said, man, I'm going to take a picture. I took a picture of the place. And I left. I told my technicians, I give up my player card. Now, I know I gave it up because I couldn't even go in there. It didn't feel right for me to go in there and ask questions about work because he talking about all these naked women in the back. I didn't want to see all the naked.
You knew you had changed.
I changed. Another thing, what you don't do, you don't put yourself in a tempting position.
There you go.
You know,
There you
because
go.
anything can happen when you
Yeah.
put yourself in
Yeah.
a tempting position. Stay away from it. Stay out of it. Stay
That's
clear.
right. So you don't have to worry about no way of escape.
You don't have to worry about it.
You got to worry about it.
Wow, boy, our time has really passed by. We're gonna have a part 2 of our men panel, so please stay tuned. Remember to watch the Talk of Life talk show every Monday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Facebook and YouTube. And if you would love to be on this show, check it out at www.elmatalkshow.com. And we would love to have you on our show. So until I see you face to face, we love you. Good night.
Nice.